Berat gila tu.
Alright. What's going on, guys?
Alright.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Why are we gathered here today?
I'm excited.
Because we're about to stir some shit up. No, I'm kidding. We're just trying to hang, I guess.
we just trying to hang. Yeah. So this is our first episode of Berat Gila though, and I think I don't know. Well, we just trying to hang, just talk about random shit, right? Like why, how the powerlifting community is like here, and strength stuff. Is that what we thought about?
I think we're trying to take people in a journey
Yeah.
of the powerlifting world in Malaysia. If you are interested in powerlifting or powerlifting yourself, or kind of like, want to see what's all about. What else? What's better way than the three of us try to shed some light on it and possibly, hopefully it's a positive outcome.
Hopefully.
More people get into powerlifting. If not, then sucks to be you, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, if not powerlifting, who are you? Who are you?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember the last time I was not lifting.
So is a powerlifting all our identities here?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Right.
What are we trying to do though? Like with the podcast. So.
All right. So I guess we will be covering, at least we'll try to be covering sort of the Malaysian aspect on powerlifting. I think not many people actually do that. I think a lot of resources online, kind of catered towards like Western audiences or anywhere that's not Southeast Asia. So yeah, I think this is a good platform where we can start, and talk about a couple of things that we can all relate to a bit more, like old aunties in the gym, telling you to stop lifting because your balls are gonna blow up or something. I don't know if you guys have gotten that before, but I sure have. But yeah, stuff like that, just little things that we as Malaysians experience in the gym and the strength community, I guess. And I guess I think another thing that we would like to sort of talk about is just sort of what's happening here. Who's up and coming. I'm not sure if we're qualified to do that, but we'll say it anyways. We don't give a shit. So yeah, that's what it's about, right? So I guess a good starting point, would be just talk a bit about ourselves. Why are we spewing this our thoughts on the internet? And I guess I should go first. Right. Yeah, all right.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so I'm Michael Hugh, or you can find me on Instagram at Cheesy Lifts. And I started powerlifting in 2017 when I went to uni. And this was after sort of a bit of a dry spell with my old love, water polo. And then I need to find some way to express myself again. And I saw a nice barbell. I saw some nice people around. It's like, yeah, powerlifting seems really fun. So that's how it started. And now we're here. Squatting 300 kilos, benching. Not as big as Hariz, but it's all right. We bench 180 on a daily. And about a 260 deadlift, which is probably my worst lift ever. But yeah, that's what you get when you pop a disc when you're 16. So yeah, that's my background. How about you guys? Well, yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Hariz, you wanna go?
Yeah, sure. I think this is kind of like a cliche story. So I started off, lifting, wanted to look better. Like at the time, my time in high school, I think it was like lower form, where I think the boys were just starting to get puberty, and we were comparing like, oh, this guy's more jacked, this guy's more buff.
Sado.
Oh yeah, this guy is Sado. I pretty much jumped on the bandwagon. It started off with like bodyweight stuff. Then I graduated to lifting weights. Then, long story short, I realized that I actually enjoyed like the aspect of gaining strength, improving my technique, like on a week-to-week basis, more so than I guess if you want to call it aesthetic stuff. So yeah, that's how I got into strength training, and then I stumbled upon powerlifting from YouTube. I did a few competitions when I was studying in New Zealand, and then I got hooked. So when I came back to Malaysia, I tried to become more and more competitive lah. So yeah, that's yeah, and like if other sports in the past, I played basketball, and I was actually pretty good at it.
Wait,
I
Hariz playing
stopped growing.
basketball? Damn.
This
Actually,
news to me.
Hariz playing basketball? Whoa.
I was actually fun fact. I was actually me and like one other friend. We were the only like Form 1s in the under 15 team. Everyone else was Form 3s.
Oh shit.
So yeah, so we were that good. I remember, but the other guy was taller, you know. So I had the talent. Everyone else. So that was when So it was we were the only Form 1s, and then the rest were Form 3s. So the next year, when they all graduated to Form 4s, it was just both of us Form 2s, and we didn't really have any other who were as good as the previous Form 3s. So from there, I kind of like stopped basketball. So I was sportless for a good, I don't know, 5-6 years until I stumbled upon powerlifting. So I guess it's my calling lah.
So there, someone come adopt this boy.
Yeah, exactly,
Some sport come adopt this boy.
6 years pretty much.
Yeah, okay. So just kind of stumble upon powerlifting. What about you, Zaty?
More or less the same, but I think the difference with me and you guys is that I didn't grow up like in school where people like, oh, do you want to lift? Or like that conversation never happened. Like I swear, I don't know. Growing up, because I went to an all-girls school, so the kind of sports that people always talk about are just like netballs, handballs, the traditional more like team sports. I am the worst team player. Like I do not read signs well, or like when someone cued to me like throw me the ball, I'll be just like, why? Like my responses to that kind of stuff is quite slow, so I never really take on that. I prefer individual sports in general. So I come from not a sporty background, but my mom is such a sportswoman herself. She's like 60 years old now. She's still like taking on road bikes for like 40 kilometers every weekend, and I'm still like, what the hell are you doing with your life, So I guess that sort of influenced me to be on the active side, I guess. But specific to lifting, it only taken off in my university, because I guess for girls or women, it has to do with confidence. As you mature, the confidence sort of increases as well. And I was in a point in life I was just like, mentally was not really well. It's like emotionally also like kind of whack, and I was like subbed off to like the gym, and the only way I knew at the time was like join classes, So I joined like literally spinning. I joined HIIT. I was doing that 1 hour HIIT classes.
Oh shit!
I remember
Zaty doing 1 hour HIIT classes. Goddamn.
1 hour it didn't hit.
I know exactly.
That's a long hit.
It's so mind-boggling, because to me, it's hard for me to touch 10 minutes these days, like let alone 1 hour, right? So I was doing that on the weekly, and yeah, clearly I was losing a lot of weight and whatnot, but I don't know, it was just there's nothing really like held me down, kept me consistent, whatnot. And one fine day, one of the instructor, who also happened to be my friend, he was just like, yo, why don't you just like pick up weights, And then we were like in the mezzanine level, so the ground level of the gym is where the free weights are. So happened that day I saw the barbell club of the university was like hanging out, right? They were chilling, they were just like lifting mat weights, and I saw this one girl who's if you are in the powerlifting scene, you probably know Sabrina Shah. She was squatting well over 100, and she's like small. She's like half my size at the time. So I was like, holy shit, and I think it has to do with my sense of wanting to achieve and wanting to feel fulfilled some way or another that drew me to the sport. And I started, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go under the barbell and squatted. I still have the first squat video that I did. And my arms was just like, I don't know what to do with it. It was flapping away. And I squatted in those like running shoes, like hella thick shoes.
Yeah.
And I thought I was I thought I was like, yeah, like I'm squatting body weight,
Oh really? Like you loaded like 60 kgs into?
At the time I was like 50 something, so I was a skinny one. So yeah, I loaded.
Oh, but if you like loaded up 50 on the first try.
Yeah. So and then when home, all the aches and all the pains sort of come. So, but that I don't know why that didn't deter me. Like I had to a point where I had a very bad injury from powerlifting, but I still was like, nah, it's just that's just pain, whatever. So, I thought through powerlifting because I think it's a cool thing, and it has been a conversation opener in most parts. I think I encourage women to do that because on the professional side, you can talk in your job interviews. On the personal side, it's a good date conversation. I'm just not gonna lie. Like it's I don't know. You don't like girls who live, so that's not my business to say.
No, I think like date conversations how because the guys that go on dates would probably just be, oh, you live.
Not really. Not really. I mean, if you're not charming, then I can't help you. But like, if you are, then you probably know how to like maneuver your way. I think it's just it's an interesting point to pick up, lah. So I guess that's me.
Okay. That's very interesting. I guess yeah, as the only female voice on the show, like you got a bit of perspective in here, it's especially in powerlifting as well. Right. So I guess should we talk about our goals and aspirations? Or nah.
Like why not briefly like just just in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
What kind of cheesy
cheesy
lift is gonna put up there?
What does cheesy lift want?
Yeah. I guess okay. It's be a good segue, right? Like well, I guess about powerlifting, just to know, to get a better sort of idea of who we are. I guess ultimately, I would like to total like 800, 850. I mean, maybe 900 in this lifetime. Like that'd be great. And I don't know, the math works out to like almost 400 squat, like 200 bench, 200 ish, and like a mad deadlift. Like so, long way. But it's a marathon, not a sprint. Hopefully, get the local scene worked up enough, and it'll be good to see a lot of new faces and a lot of new federations, and just
run for some presidency, maybe.
Maybe you gotta keep it low key. I mean, like. yeah, but those are my aspirations. I gotta stay healthy as well. Like, I mean, I've just had a kind of a minor back injury, but it's okay. We move, we learn, and stay healthy. That's about it. What about you, Hariz?
So I guess there's like a few perspectives on the goals that I have. So for example, if I'm like from like an athlete hat, and it'll be like the total goals like you said. So I don't know, I want to hit the 700 mark. I decided on whether it's gonna be 74 like lighter body weight or like whatever body weight I end up being. Just want to cross the 700 kg total mark. I guess the grand goal for me would be to total 10 times body weight. So I guess I want to be a bit more flexible with like the body weight that I ended up being. I'm not really married to any weight class, to be honest. So so that's like from an athlete perspective. So I also do like coaching on the side. As a coach, I wanna like grow my personal brand and like just like generally see the level of competitiveness in the Malaysian scene be like a lot higher than it is now. Now be frank, it's like you can join, you can like train for like 1 2 years, find a meet, and then just win because you can be the only one who's really competitive, only have 1 to 2 years of training, find a meet, and then win just because like all the other people have been in the sport for a while are probably not as competitive as you are. And I've seen it a few times. Like a new face comes on, and they overtake some of the veterans in the sport just because veterans are not really that taking it that seriously anyway. I want to be like I want it to be in a position or situation where every year there's something exciting. It's like the competition is exciting to look forward to, like who's going to be stacked up against who, that kind of stuff. I guess from like a general point of view, I kind of want the sport to be a bit more popular among Gen Pop, just because I think like lifting weights, resistance training is a healthy thing. It seems like it's a trivial thing, but it has like a big impact on people compared to like other stuff. I think like I was listening to like Johnny Candido on a podcast, and he was saying like politics, it has like the least impact, and the other spectrum is like fitness. It's so small, but it has like huge impact on that, and that's why he chose fitness like, as his avenue instead of like trying to get into politics, because then it'll be like it has a lot of like a lot of substance but very low impact, something like that. So yeah, I really want to see like the culture in Malaysia where people just adopt like running becoming the new, lifting becoming the new running. So yeah, thanks so much. And I also want to be able to kind of make some sort of livelihood off of the thing, because it's probably the only thing that I don't get bored after a week doing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, the scene is a bit young here, and you get like a lot of these people coming in, and it's insane. Like you start the younger they start training, like the better they get, and it's just like what the. It's just insane.
I think we are starting to see that happening with the new generation. I think in 1 or 2 years, you start, like a lot of these young lifters come up, and then they overtake all the old dogs that's been around the scene.
Yeah, dude, that's exciting news. All right, how about you, Zaty?
He just stole all my points. Damn it.
Is an extension.
But I guess in the same format, as an athlete, obviously we all have the golden numbers in our heads. Out of all three, my favorite of the lifts is squat, and I definitely try to. The immediate goal is trying to work up to the Asian record for the 63, which is not too far off, I hope. And things are going great for squat for me. Then the bench and deadlift, they're the slower ones. I'm not as big frame as I like to be, so bench tend to suffer that sense. I think I wanna one day, I just wanna whack a deadlift that just surprise everybody and myself. That's like my immediate goal, I guess. Total wise, not really total wise, but weight wise, the most achievable one is like 400 weights, I think, for me. The grandest scheme of things, I want to represent the country in some international platform, hopefully. I don't know what avenue that will get me to, but we'll see. Like Hariz as well, I do coaching, and I'm quite still new to the coaching brand for myself. By the way, a plug, we run Good Gains. So if you want to follow, it's at good.gains, GAINZ. Anyway, so that we want to, I think, at least for me, I want to grow that brand a bit more, spend a bit of my time and that way that bring that into the sport. I think most, at least at the moment, it's just one kind of lifting. Like we haven't seen people who taken the sports in an athletic way. We see that in different, a bit more popular sports, like people who do that training that in and out, in and out. But powerlifting is deemed to be like, oh, if you go to the gym, you lift weights, if there's a meet, just pop up and show up, you know. Not training for the goal for a meet rather than a goal for fitness and just show up for a meet. So I hope that with the coaching that I and Hariz do, probably change that landscape a bit. So without so much of plugging myself into this, I pass it back to you, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. So like lots of goals and aspirations and sort of expectations in the scene. You know, I think it's good as well. I think as a fellow coach, I can understand, you know, the sort of talent that's coming up as well. And it's great news, you know.
Yeah, just forgot to mention, but I think three of us here, I think we share sort of similar want or purpose to speak on the subject a bit more objectively, to really do that check and balance, you know, just like no one is superior over the other. It's just more like, okay, what's the standard? So what's the quality we're trying to seek out? And it's an interest of the sport rather than a self-interest, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. You know? For sure.
Like, so if like someone, like, you know, if someone or some other body thrives, like, go on them, you know, like that'll drive everyone, that'll just motivate everyone else to be better. So like, we're not trying to get ourselves up and then not let anyone else come up as well.
Yeah, just the community, you know, that's all right, man. We're all doing things so that, you know, PL can go as a sport. All right. So I think, you know, that kind of concludes our introductions, and you know, we'll see you guys in the next episode when we talk about, you know, why do we live in the gym. That should be an interesting conversation to have. So yeah, catch you guys in the next one.
Ciao.